I had two best friends over there, one in the artillery units that I often served with, and one in the infantry company that I served a lot of time with. And his name was Donnie Sherwick. He died a while back, like most of my Vietnam brothers. And the words to the song we just played, No One Knows, that was his favorite song. And his daughter knew that, and she had it played at his memorial service, which is the greatest blessing I've had. My other best friend also died in a mountain climbing accident, and his wife had that song played at his memorial service, and I'm blessed to have been able to give something to my brothers. As a result of me posting in his obituary, in Donnie's obituary, the words to that song, No One Knows, in their entirety, a stranger reached out to me and made connection. A gal that nobody in the inner circles had known. It turns out to be a gal who had known and loved Donnie since the 3rd grade, up to the day he died. And this is a story about her calling up and spilling her guts to me a few months after he died, and we had spoken a few times, and she felt confident enough to get something off her chest that she had never told anyone, including her own family. Today, I touched sacred ground, a remarkable event among unremarkable people. The phone gruffly arouses, irritable. I gravelly respond, hoping my sleepiness dissuades conversation. Sunday morning, much too early on the West Coast. Bill collectors at this hour? Then I hear that distinct New England dialect, her voice, returning my query for information about my best friend from the war. He recently died, and I wish to memorialize him in my book, Welcome to the Jungle. She was his childhood sweetheart and had promised support for my endeavor. I sense she's prepared to spill her guts right now. I jump up, wrestling on Jim's shorts, one-handed, phone fondling, while magic carpet flying back in time. Back to his roots, to her roots, all the way back to the sandlot, back to grade school, to yanked pigtails and BB gun pellets in the butt, to a time when we were all young and innocent and still pure. It happens. I'm suddenly there with the gang, his gang, her gang. Their mutually muddied intramural lifelong associations and shared friends and convoluted relationships. Small town, my mud brother from the other side of the tracks, but just barely, only a tad bit. She lived right across on the other side of the tracks, but only symbolically, not culturally, yet there was to become a railroad track between them that would last a lifetime. Ah, the railroad tracks. What would Woody Guthrie have to say about that one? Or Freud, or even Joseph Campbell? She bears her mind, then her heart, and eventually her very soul. I begin to see, to experience, to grok my friend as never before. My prepared questionnaire sheet, long since pushed aside, tear-filled paper towel in hand, the phone drones on like a voice from the spirit world, like the voice of an angel, my buddy's lifelong angel, detailing a story of unrequited love. And I come to know my friend in a new light, a new fondness floods over me, enamors me, fills me. I love him now more than ever. What a man. Old school, meticulous health habits, impeccable dresser. Even towards the end, he would show up for the annual Marine Corps ball, which her younger sister bartended, dressed to kill, suit and tie, haircut, shave, impeccable, honorable, remarkable. She tells me about his perfect teeth, straight and white. And man, could he ever dance. He really was something to her. The photo of him with his brand new 1969 GTO that he mailed to me, sent to my parents' house when I came home from Vietnam, suddenly becomes real. I hear it. I hear it speeding by her second-story bedroom window late at night, repeatedly squealing tires on the third and final pass. For seasons upon seasons, seasons of our lives, hearts ache, break, bleed, yet live on year after year, marriage after marriage, time after time, and always there are the squealing tires outside the bedroom window, late some summer night, while the fireflies flit and the town sleeps, but not the two of them. Heartbeat trumps slumber, always. An hour passed, 2 hours. I interject personal tidbits for her emotional relief and reassurance. She sidesteps me smartly, clears her throat, and plods ahead. She's not done, and she's on a mission. A difficult mission. A mission held inside her whole life, never before told to anyone. And she sobs lightly. The awkward pause is brief. I learn about the mysterious anonymous phone calls over the years when they were both with other people, when he would talk with her hours on end, denying he was who she claimed he was, yet talking on, ever on, late into the night. The note he passed her in high school telling her he loved her. And the late night roustings when he and his friends would jump her dad's fence and dive in the swimming pool, causing her dad to chase off the hooligans. But she knew it was him, always him. Even when they were both married to others, he'd bring his wife camping at the same campground where he knew her family would be. And the two of them would sit together, spouses fuming and ignored, late into the night by the campfire. She hosted charades games with couples coming over, and he would come with his girl just to be around her. Just before he left for Nam, he visited her often with his green Honda 350 motorcycle. He was saying goodbye, and he listened to Leaving on a Jet Plane by Peter, Paul, and Mary, and it indelibly etched a transition point for them both. When he returned, he was still the same, but different. The same white brushed teeth in the mornings, but different blue eyes. She was the very first person he visited upon his return from the war. I tell myself, right on, man. I am now right there with him, with my mud brother. I'm pulling for him, for them, but it's not meant to be. She sobs again. Softly at first, then gradually breaking down. I silently partner with her in shared sorrow and the knowledge of a love forever lost. She continues telling me of her lifelong recurring dream, a dream wherein they both finally come together and legitimately live together, maybe even married, maybe even have kids. Always the same dream and always the same result. Denied. Now that he's dead, she no longer experiences those dreams anymore. Then she pulls herself up and regains composure. She closes with, "Oh, Mark, why couldn't I have gotten together with him? Why did he and I never have a chance to be together? All those times, all those years, all those opportunities. Oh, there were times, brief but wonderful times. Times when he and I stayed the night together, close and kind, and always. Mark, I'm telling you the truth. Always, he'd jump out of bed very first thing in the morning and go brush his teeth. Those bright white teeth. Before I could even have a morning peck. And his eyes, those deep blue eyes, that later in life showed so much pain and loss and emptiness. Why couldn't I have been there for him at the end? Could I have made a difference? I'll never know, but I'll always wonder." My friend Donnie.